This episode was recorded live over on twitch.tv/thearchitectgaming. Come and check it out. Hello everyone, I am the Architect and welcome back to Stellaris. Last time we set up the early game spread and I explained a few of the things for those newcomers here and how we're going to be using the caste system to expand our empire into a slavery-dominating colossus. Today we're going to start really pushing forward a lot more, trying to expand, set up our infrastructure, and get away from our just fledgling roots here. Fledgling roots. I cannot talk today. Here's our science ship, and let's get going. As you can see, our science ship, while it has been exploring around, has discovered some minerals right here close to home. This is not a lot. 2 is not great, but we're going to go ahead and get it anyway just because it is important. Now, if I take the construction ship that is right here next to home, right-click and build a mining station. It's going to cost 1 energy, and that's where I'm talking about with the energy costs. So you can see I only make 1 energy. So this is going to effectively cost all of our income, and it's going to give us 2 more in minerals. I'm still going to do it because the next thing we'll need to make will just need to be some energy facilities. It leaves a little blueprint for that there, and it instantly consumes the resources. If for some reason you cancel it or don't build it for any other reason, it will refund the resources to you. Moving back to the overmap here, we can get everything spreading out a bit. We have a nice, beautiful world right here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's fantastic. And look at this. Just look at how gorgeous this place is. That is our goal. This is our goal right now. It's not surveyed, so I can't take a look at it. But it is a savanna world, so here's hoping its habitability is high. And we actually have quite a few habitable worlds here. We're only guaranteed 2, but since I have the number of worlds buffed up 50%, it seems to have given us a lot more. It's nice because this 22 Savannah world dwarfs these. Now, anomalies. Skill level of 2 as opposed to 1. Our scientist has a skill level of 2 as opposed to 1. This is because I take the skill which gives them inherently an additional skill level. I do this for this exact reason. Because this is a level 2 anomaly and now I only have a 20% failure rate. It's not wonderful, but it's not 40%, which is a much higher possibility. This allows me to go ahead and do this, which will give him experience, which will allow him to level up faster, getting closer to 5. When they're at 5 stars, that's max, and that's required for some of the more difficult anomalies, which don't just give you experience, they give you big empire-wide rewards. So we're going to go ahead and research it. Atmospheric readings. I'm not going to read all of these. A lot of them are duplicates. And mostly you just click research and move on with it. You can leave it for later. It's not going to go anywhere, or you can actively change the scientist right away to have them go over and do it. Right now, just going to go with that. Here is our wonderful leader, Rowan Thorne.
Construction complete.
So, we do not get a new leader until he dies. And we completed that mining station. As you can see, we have now dropped to 0 income. We are not gaining any minerals. And boom, there we go. Success. Interesting. Begins the precursor. So, this begins a quest chain.
Log updated.
There it is. I'm going to just pause real quick here. So, another anomaly. He is currently researching that anomaly. Let him be. Construction is completed. Thank you. This is going to become important later. I'm not going to explain all these tabs right now, but this is basically where all the other alien species will be. Technologies, here's where your science is. And then more things. Ship designer, we'll get into that. Expansion planner. I don't really ever use that. Traditions. Okay, you know what? I will explain this whenever we get to it. It's kind of new for me. It's been a while since I've played this. Leaders, species, strategic, factions, policies, edicts, blah, 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 blah. Policies and edicts. I'm not going to mess with this right now. I'm just not going to mess with this right now. It effectively determines what your These are your laws, your empire-wide laws. And edicts are just like special things, like physics research grants. So it gives physics plus 30%, but it takes 10 from the two others. Overall, this is a benefit. And it's if you really need to get something done quickly. However, as you can see, it costs, it has an influence upkeep cost. So how we have 3 right there, this will cost 0.8. Normally, we'd only have 2 if it wasn't for our cutthroat politics. So you can see that that stuff is significant. All right, let's just go into the situation log. This is basically your quest log. Here in the situation log, it will show you everything that you have as a task for you to do. Currently, because of that study that we did, we now have this chain of events. Effectively, we just need to go around and find artifacts. When we do, we'll get some big rewards for it. And there's also quest chains and branching paths. The early game ones aren't that interesting. If you want to read through this, I'll leave these screens up long enough for you to do it, but I probably won't read them out. Let's get this sleeping construction ship. Build the mining outpost. You can do this from the map. You don't actually have to go into the system to see it. But now you can see this construction ship will come over here and it's going to build a mining outpost for this energy, so it'll bring our total back up to +2.
Situation log updated.
All right, we have encountered aliens. So this has been added to the situation log. News of alien ships humming through the ether have been reached. Yada yada. Yeah. Aliens. We found aliens. There are aliens. Aliens everywhere. So let's go into the situation log. Let's go here. And we will get influence or a special project. It just depends. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and research most of these alien species just for posterity's sake. However, if you've played the game before, you can just go and look at them and pretty much know what they're going to be and know if they're worth researching or not. I'm going to do it anyway, even though it will put a hold on our research. So this will stop our society research, and will take 8 months to finish this, and then the society research will kick back up. Let's build a mining station here. We're not going to go for the science just yet. That's going to bring our energy output down again, unfortunately.
Special project complete.
We ended up a little energy deprived. Okay. The Tyanki. So, they are a spaceborne life form. And are docile creatures. Capable of accessing some lower dimension of subspace, they roam from system to system with remarkable ease. They graze on gases common to the upper layer of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients is yet to be observed. They will rarely, if ever, attack, even when provoked. They can safely be ignored. Hunting them would be a net loss anyway. And that's it. We do get some research progress, so frequency tuning, when that becomes available, will already be 10% complete. That is a nice buff.
Anomaly found.
Another anomaly, 10% failure risk. You gonna mess it up again. Let's go ahead and get that researched. You best not mess it up again. Man, I am bummed that we ended up being quite energy starved. Okay, now we're going to get into another aspect of the game that we have yet to really touch on. Planet side. So you can see that a pop is now growing here. We need energy. So ideally, we need energy probably more than we need food. So I'm going to take one of our slaves, and I'm going to stick him. He does not produce energy very well. Right. They produce food and minerals, not energy. Damn it. Okay. So you are one of the slave races, and you are starting to spring up. You are one of our races, and you're starting to spring up. When this bar fills, they will be a new pop, and then they will be usable. But you can plan for the future. So right now, I'm going to clear this tile. Clearing this tile will take some time, but then I'm going to move them down to there. I'm also going to... Can I upgrade this yet? I cannot upgrade this yet. I need to research some new power plants. Bummer. Then I'm going to go ahead and clear this tile. You can build on empty tiles, and it will just give that tile a thing. So if I build a power plant here, it will just make this tile generate 3 power. However, if I build it on a tile that already has power, it will add 3 to that. So we're going to go ahead and... I'm actually going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to cancel the clearing here. That'll refund me what I spent. I'm going to move you to there, and I am going to still clear this tile and move them to there once that is cleared. So then they will produce more resources for me, and this tile will produce 4 energy, which will be fantastic. I can clear that one later and do the same with it. One of the main reasons I need to do that is because I'm going to start expanding. We have not surveyed that area yet. You're doing a thing. Ooh, neat. A small satellite was found in orbit. It had been set up to continuously repeat a message until its power source drained millions of years ago. We salvaged its transmitter array, but could only receive a small portion of the transmission. The main purpose of the satellite was apparently to preach the dominant Voltaeum philosophy to neighboring civilizations. So it's a propaganda satellite. Gotcha. Disconnect, embrace truth existence, whatever that means. Curious. Issue special project satellite. I do want to move to here, and I want to build a wormhole generator. So build a wormhole station. It has to be outside of the gravitational influence, so it has to be in this area. I'm just going to drop it right there. This will allow us to now spread out. It will make this dotted line move out more, which we really desperately need at this point. 5 energy there. That's really nice. I could grab this world, but it's so small. Oh, what do we have? Traditions available. Yay! Now I get to explain this. So, this is relatively new to me. Unity is acquired over time. Once you finally acquire it, and it will be able to tell you how long until you've acquired enough, you get to pick a new perk, effectively. Filling out an entire perk tree allows you to... filling out an entire traditions tree allows you to pick a perk. These perks are very strong and can overall affect your entire gameplay cycle. It allows for everything from the construction of mega ships and mega structures to genetic engineering and even turning yourself into sentient AI. We're definitely going to be going with the genetic engineering path. We will get to this in a little bit. It's going to take a little while before we start looking through this. But honestly, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to want to do. So we're going to start with expansion. Capital buildings now produce 1 additional unity. That's nice. And for the purpose of colonizing and building frontier outposts, system count is being half the regular distance away. That will be important later, but I'm going to start with colonization fever. Yeah. So we have to adopt this first. And now, once that gets up, we can start taking the perks that are in it. 52 months away. Yippee. Yay, that's a good system for minerals. That's a good system for energy. How are we doing on Murgo? So let's go ahead and move you over here. Oh, and as you can see, they're not slaves when they're over here because they're not on a mineral or food tile. But when they're over here, they are. How are we doing? Construction ship, you're on your way to build that. What are you doing? So again, I just desperately, desperately need more energy. We could build a frontier outpost like right here. That would allow us to grab the energy from that. What does a frontier outpost cost us? So, problem. A frontier outpost costs us 3 energy a month and 1 unity. Frontier outposts are like colonies, but they can be dropped anywhere and they do not have population. But they do expand your range of influence. If I were to drop a frontier outpost right here, I could build here. And I could get all 3 of that energy back, plus an additional 2, which I could then use those additional 2 to grab these minerals and this engineering if I wanted. The downside is that it will cost me 1 of my influence, and I kind of want to build up a buffer of influence while I can right now. I'm not going to be doing this. I don't usually like to use frontier outposts. A neat way to use frontier outposts is to block other empires, because empires can't move through areas that you control, so dropping frontier outposts, you can effectively make a wall to cut them off. If you don't want them to get something, like say if I was worried another species was going to come and colonize this planet, I could drop a frontier outpost there, claim this territory, and start building here, and then once I was ready to colonize it, colonize it. It would effectively save the planet for me. Where are you, construction ship? I'm going to need you pretty soon. I am surprised there is literally nothing else here. Oh, here are these guys. Yep, they're kind of weird. Just space jellies. Space whale cow. Space whale cow. Love it. I mean, I've surveyed this place, right? The system's planets have not yet been surveyed. What? Why? Oh, I put it at the end, didn't I? Well, that's me being a dumb. Oh well. Oh well indeed. And there they go. And you can see that we could see them while they were in this space, but as soon as they left this space, we can no longer see them. And that's pretty much just how it is. Anywhere that's in your influence, your area of influence, you can see. But outside of it, you can't, unless you have listening posts and different survey stations, which can allow you to see outside of that range. The difference between ×2 speed and ×3 speed is drastic.
System survey complete.
Leader has gained a level. Yay! Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pause here. This construction ship, I want to go ahead and just send you home. Send you home. It's not the most efficient thing in the world because I'm probably going to need you later. Okay, but now you can see the area that we can actually travel to has expanded. So I'm going to grab my military here and we're going to go explore new places. And we can only warp from these warp points. So these areas in the middle, areas that are overlapped to, you can warp to from multiple places. However, since this area is not within range of this one, I first have to warp to this one and then to this one. And you can't warp from one planet to another planet if there's not a warp gate there. So to get to here, I have to warp back to here and then up to here. I like warp gates because they're pretty instantaneous and fun. But they're probably... It claims that they're for the advanced users. I wouldn't necessarily say they're for advanced users, but they are a different playstyle. They do allow you to jump gaps, which is why the 4 spiral ring galaxies my favorite because you can set up one of these posts right on the edge of a ring, right on the edge of an arm, and jump to another arm, which the other ones can't really do as easily. So since I have 3, I want to send you to there, to there, to there, to there. I've already checked that one. And we'll send you to there, and there, and there, and there, and there. And then you get a little bit leisurely of a trip there, there, and there. Have I already gone there? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doing it now. This is just a quick check to see what's in the system, because whenever it's an unknown system, you can... There you go. You can't click it. Whenever it's an unknown system, you can't actually see what's in it. You just have a little white dot. And I want to be able to know what's in here. Also, if there's anything dangerous, my ships will see it, and then I know not to send people there.
Research complete.
All right, ion thrusters. Let's get a new research going. Let's grab disappointment. Let's grab disappointment. This is disappointing. We're going to go ahead and grab coil gun because the other two are disappointing. And you can see this weird blobby tan area. That's effectively as cleaning up the fog of war. See? We don't know what's outside of this.
Research complete.
Another research complete. Growth speed. Absolutely fantastic. Now, remember a while back, we had that encounter with the aliens, with the space whales. And upon studying them, we gained 10% to energy siphon. So you can see it's at 60 of 600. And it is on here now, and it will permanently be on here. So at any time that I want, I can start frequency tuning, unlocks the component energy siphon. It's not great, but, you know, it's something. Border range. Ooh, that's nice. Border range is very nice. It expands these by 20%, and that can make a lot of difference. I'm not going to get that for the one reason that this is here. You kind of want to grab this one all the time. It just gives you more influence and is super strong, and it doesn't take very long to research. So we're just going to hope that the border range one pops back up again soon. Also, let's go spaceport. We can now build a colony ship, and we are abso-freaking-lutely going to do it. It's going to take a year to do, and as soon as we do it, you will notice a huge hit to our energy production, which will be a bummer. Hurry up and grow, please. Will be a bummer, but we're going to colonize quickly. I'm going to immediately send it over to there. The land grab early game is super important. Gigantic skeleton. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Zimpuk. Zimpuk 1? Okay. Have been identified as a massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. Jesus! The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Zimpok 1 could have supported life on that scale at any point in the planet's history. Science Officer Rose Bloom has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery.
Situation
Fascinating.
updated.
Now, special research projects. Let's go in here. So, scientist has a skill level of 3 or higher. Has 1 scientist ship in orbit, so I need to have a scientist with skill of 3 and in orbit of this planet. So let's track this on the map. Well, let's just go to it. So here it is. Science ship, skill level of 3. I am going to... Was it Control Shift to put that in the front of the queue? Yes. So now they will go and take care of that and then continue on with their things. Thank you to Elysium for showing me the Control Shift thing. That is incredibly useful, and I did not know about that. It's shift to like stick things on the end of the queue, but it's control shift to stick them at the beginning of the queue. And that's just crazy useful. Let him take care of that and move along.
Situation log updated.
We have encountered some form of aliens in the storm system. These strange alien objects have been flamed as storm until we can learn more about them. Interesting. So let's move into here. Hello. What be you? You're an unidentified empire. Oh dear. We might be getting into this really quickly. Research the storm aliens, please. And you gonna get out of here quickly. You gonna leave? Aren't you leaving? What are you doing? There it goes. Just chilling around for a while.
System survey complete.
You can get traffic jams on these things, which is a bit annoying. If someone's using it to go somewhere, another person can't use it to go somewhere else. And unfortunately, you can't set like priorities to where you give your military priority. So that it like, say, cancels. That's something. Paradox, that's something. Allow priorities at wormholes. So that if someone else is using them, but a priority ship approaches, it will cancel everyone else in the queue and let that priority ship be next. Construction ship, just gonna send these home for right now. There's not a whole lot I can do. I'm a little strapped for energy. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. It's gonna put me into a low energy cost. But since I am gonna get colonizing pretty quickly here.
Special project complete.
Alright, let's take a look at this. After continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Zimpok 1, Signed Officer Rose Bloom has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from the last from at least three separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume these come from the members of the crew. That's insane! For unknown reasons, the organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on Zimpok 1. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the studies of these bones have substantially advanced our knowledge. Now, Zimpok 1 gains these traits. So by completing that, we have actually affected the planet as a whole. It will now produce additional society engineering, and Rose gains 200. So now, boom. Nope. Ooh, also, big old tundra world up there. So, Zimpok 1. Wow, this place looks insane. Zimpok 1 now has those traits. So if I build a research factory here, it will do both of those. I only need one thing on orbit of this, and it will take them. So that's a great, great find.
Special project complete.
Yay! Here we go. After successfully translating their language, we have established communications with the independent space station of the Rygan Commerce Exchange. Yay! So it's not a ludicrous thing. Or it kind of is. First contact. I have never had one of these people be the first contact. That's interesting. So, I speak on behalf of the Rygan Commerce Exchange. We have facilitated trade negotiations between interested parties on our starbase in the storm system for more than 1,000 of your years. If you happen to possess minerals or energy, and you need, we are more than willing to take it off your hands. Okay, so basically, they're a star trader. There's not a whole hell of a lot I can do with them right now, just because I don't have the facilities to do that. But we can trade 4 minerals. We can trade 4 energy credits. We can get strategic resources, which we'll get to that later, but they're effectively resources that you mine from other planets that are special and allow... You don't use them to build, they like give you general bonuses to your armies or to your research. So let's say I want to trade for minerals. I can get this many minerals for that much energy. This ratio becomes better the more trade you do with them. But this means that if, say, I have a whole lot of minerals and a deficit of energy, I can make up for that. Don't feel like that's going to be the case. It's more than likely the other way around. So, go ahead and close that on that, and they can just chill here. That's nice. I think I can still actually use the storm system, too. Tiny habitable worlds. Alright, so you've all done your jobs.
Construction complete.
Okay. Get all of you back home. The colony ship has arrived. Now you can see a colony ship upkeep is insane. It just costs so much to upkeep, and that's why I immediately dropped into a negative energy source here. But we're not going to mess around with this. Let's just take a look at the colony ship real quick. Here it is. I love the design. It looks kind of like a scarab, but planty. A planty scarab. Scarab that you plant. Okay. Either way, colony ship, here it is. Beautiful thing. Needs to get away from me. I probably should have looked at this first. That is a lot of red. Okay, so red tile blockers I can't clear. And I can't build on them. So for now, this place has 9? That's awful. That's awful. I may just colonize this world.
Research complete.
It's not great, but it would put this within range more than likely. And I need to get rid of that negative that I have going. So I got fusion reactors, that's nice. What do we have? Research speed, that's always nice. Planet sensor range, that's good. Not amazing, but good. Energy storage capacity. This does get us energy grid. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. So we're having some energy problems. This one's 14. It does only have 4 spaces, so this world at the beginning will technically be larger than the 22 one. And it produces more minerals. It's a good world. Oh, and it's got alien pets. It's a good world, it's just small. Screw it, we're going for it. We're gonna go here. And this will also get that 5 energy in range, and that'll just be super useful. So, fair enough. Colony ship, it is time to colonize. And now you basically pick a colony ship, and you pick where you want to drop it. So, I want you guys, and you can see that costs 43 influence, so... Ah, yes, also... these will give you an adjacency bonus. Wherever you put this gives you the adjacency bonus to resources. So I want to stick it right here and get an adjacency bonus to all these things. And what shall we name it? Any name suggestions? I'm going to go ahead and just pick something for right now. If anyone has any name suggestions, let me know down in the comments, and I will update it. We're going to go with Hydra. hail. And there it goes. Colony ship is now on its way. All right, first colony has been established. And boom. Now, it's going to take a little while for this to expand outward.
System survey.
Does it seriously not reach that? Oh, you better reach that. Expand. Once it's finally fully established, it'll expand out to this distance. It does go a little bit past the dotted line. The dotted line is your like sensor range, so it does go a little past the dotted line, so hopefully it'll still grab that and I can drop some energy things on there and save myself. We have encountered some more aliens. Where has this happened? Over here. Wow, that's a nice star. Where are they? Here they are. Who are they? They are a whole nother race. Gamma aliens. So they have the same ship types as us. So we have probably just found our first real group of actual aliens. Let's go ahead and start researching them. And that will be good. Now that we have also colonized another world, or as soon as the colonization completes, we're going to start having space pirates. That's a problem, because we don't really have a fleet. Not a good one, at least. Let's get all these merged together. Let's rename you, because I didn't merge that well. There we go. So that is currently our fleet, and it is incredibly weak. We can hide behind our spaceports for now, but when the pirates start coming, we're going to need to actually upgrade our military. That's a problem because we don't have the energy to sustain it. So I have been a little energy screwed. There's 2 there, there's 1 there, 1 there. Again, I'm really just hoping that when this expands, it grabs that. Because if it does, I can get that 5, which will be wonderful. Plus, I can start building this world to be an energy producer. Come on, Hydra. You get there. Murgo, how are you doing on the surface? So you're at least producing the energy I want.
Anomaly found. System
Yay!
survey complete.
Failure rate 0, do it. If the failure rate is 0, there's literally no reason to not do it. And there it is. There it is. The birth of space piracy. Just like I was talking about. These nonconformists will be dealt with, and they absolutely will be. Okay. So I'm thinking I could spend 40 right now. Hydra, how long are you going to take here? Take another 12 months? Can I sustain that for 12 months? Yeah, okay. 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 You guys are probably going to move to here, and you guys are going to actually go to Murgo. Or go to Hydra, I mean. So where are the space pirates? So we're going to need to get our fleet out to them. I should have clicked on the notification. And now we have a faction. So factions are also new to me. New faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the Volturian regime. Led by scientist Rose Bloom, I know you. They call themselves Strength Through Unity. Their members have been pushing hard for an extreme centralization of political and military power. A disgruntled faction will be a source of trouble. One that approves of the government's actions could be useful. So let's go ahead and talk about factions now. Factions have demands or things that they want, and if they are appeased, they will give you influence. If they aren't, then they will take influence. And they also will affect the happiness of their people. So royalism. Wow. Hereditary rule will please them. That's rare. I have never seen that. And that sucks, because I'm probably not gonna do that. I don't really have any reason not to. Well, can't mess with that right now. So, satisfied society. Ensuring a satisfied society, be that a caste system, limited citizenship for some, slavery, or even purging, will please the strengths. Yay! So basically they're just the traditionalists that we are. Harmonious empire. Adopting harmonious traditions will please them. And you can see red dots are basically things that are being negatives, yellows are neutrals, greens are positives. Expanding our influence to dominating subject nations. Okay, we're going to do that eventually, but I just physically cannot do that right now. You can see our ethics attractions. A lot of it is things that we'll need to manage as we get going, but for right now, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. So there's just not a whole lot to do. Adopting harmonious traditions. We can go ahead and take a look at that. So, they want us to adopt harmony. Sadly, we're really probably not going to be doing that right now. Expansion is far more important. But let's see what's in harmony. Leader lifespan increased by 20 years. That's nice. All I have to do is adopt it. I don't have to actually take things out of it. So I may, just to please them, take the little hit and adopt this after this one, because this one will, the sooner you get it, the sooner it starts paying for itself. The greater good. Unrest is reduced by 20 on all planets. That's pretty good. Negative impact on governing ethic attraction caused by distance from capitals reduced by 50%. That's really nice. Bulwark harmony. When in a defensive war with another empire, shipbuilding speed is increased. And fire rate is increased. Ships within your borders. That's nice. Better, easier to defend yourselves. And Utopian Dream unlocks the building the Paradise Dome. I have never built that. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just pops that are on it are super happy? I'm not sure. That's something worth looking into. The greater good is just a good one. So I like this faction. I'm definitely going to be working with this faction. Most of the time when I get factions, I hate them. I hate them and they just are horrible for me and everybody involved. Oh, and you can see the borders are expanding just slightly because our influence is getting there. Hostile fleet presence. Oh, yay. Pirates that are stronger than me. You can see this number right here is their just estimate of strength. So they are at 167. We're at 99. And they're going to come in here and they're going to smash up all my stuff. And I can't really stop them because I don't have the infrastructure required to build up my fleet, which was an oversight by me. So my bad.
Under attack.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Velturum Virtual Reality Center. Velturum engineers at some point build a massive orbital complex near Quorum 5, dedicated to computer research. Strangely, they seem to have ignored the normal popular field of artificial intelligence to focus exclusively on virtual realities and massive computer simulations. Most of the complex has been ruined by weapons fire and micrometeorites. But what remains is remarkable condition given this strange age. Nice.
Situation log
I'm gonna just
updated.
pause that real quick. Go into situation log. So need a scientist with 3 or higher. So go to it. Are you skill 3 or higher? You are. Control Shift, research that thing. Man, that planet is awesome. Look at it, he has to go way up there. That seems dangerous. I mean, why go there? Maybe go on the side? Can't do you do you. How are we doing in technology? So we're still investigating the aliens. And yeah, I'm very worried about this energy problem. However, them destroying these bases will actually help with my energy problem. So thank you, pirates. Not really. Not really, thank you. Let's go. Science ship still exploring there and there.
Special project complete.
Oh, shit. So, we have now encountered the Levin Scientific Technocracy. Allow me to introduce you to my main species. I made sure that they would be in this game. I didn't think they would be the first species we would encounter, but this is the group I normally play with. This is my main game. The Levin Scientific Technocracy. Greetings, I have been chosen by the Grand Minds Bronze of Purple. Yes. To represent the Levin Scientific Technocracy in all diplomatic dealings with your people. We strive to unlock the full potential of technology. You would do well not to interfere with our pursuits. I just realized they're probably going to hate me. Fanatic materialists. So we are materialists, so that'll give us a little bit of a buff. But they're egalitarian. We are the opposite of that. So we have much to gain from this encounter. Go with that one. News that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms what we have long suspected. We are not alone in the galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. So yeah, this changes everything. And there they are.
Mining station lost.
Mining station lost. But hey, that helps with that at least.
Research station lost.
Research station lost. Go ahead and research that anomaly. I hate them so much. And as soon as we solve our energy problem, which, hello energy. Build a mining station here, please and thank you. Man, I should have researched this one, or should have surveyed this system sooner. You almost finished surveying? Yeah, hopefully there won't be too much more here. That'll get us that energy back. Nice. 17 with 80. So that's a good world. Not amazing, but pretty good. It's a little close, honestly. It won't actually expand our borders very much, and expanding your borders is important. So let's take a look at the Levin Scientific Technocracy. Wow, they started with a big world. So even though this is not explored yet, we can kind of weird our way into here just because we have contact with them. I mean, they can chill up there. I'm super happy just to work with them in all ways that I possibly can. And now we can go in the contacts, and we can take a look at our relationship with them. It's not good. It's not good. We get -10 because we're okay with slaves. We get +10 because of the materialists. And -20 because we're authoritarian. our rivals minus 100. Why are we rivals? Communicate with you. Why are we rivals? I don't want to be rivals with you right away. State your intentions, weed. Well, fine then. Oh, so they've declared us to be a rival, but we haven't declared them to be a rival. That's annoying. But while all that is happening, let's go into the ship designer. That was glitchy. So, the colony is established. Let's actually get going, and it doesn't reach there. It's because it's being weighted back that way. That's disappointing. And you can see how it's like filled in these gaps here. This area is expanded, and this area is not. So what's happened is, instead of creating like a bulbousy, weird-looking thing like that, it just fills in the gaps and tries to create one uniform blob. That's incredibly disappointing. Whatever, just in case that's another negative I'm not sure about. And there we go. So they're going to start to move over there. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it will happen. Drop you to there. Bring you up here just so I don't lose track of you. Yep, you go ahead and keep doing that. Just make sure we have enough food. Actually, I'm going to put you there. Get some alien pets. They'll be cute. This is a weird one because it's got energy and minerals. So I can decide which one I feel like I need. So if I upgrade this, it's going to cost... I need 5 pops on the planet first, right? Do we? And now you can see our energy problem is basically gone. And it was all because I had that colony ship. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and call that for this episode. I know it's been another kind of long one. They're going to get a little bit shorter and a few more cuts and everything in between from now on. But we have encountered our first alien race, and it is one that I know very well. The Levin Scientific Technocracy. This is the race that I play on my free time and is my main game. So it's very interesting that they are the first ones that we've run into. We're going to start expanding more and just continue expanding forever. Expansion is the name of the game here. Hopefully our science ships can speed up and get themselves going. I will probably give them upgraded ion thrusters as well. It will help them move just a little bit faster between planets. Makes all the difference in the long run. Those small percentages make huge, huge differences by the end game. We will need to start getting some more planets. However, our planets have been a little lackluster. I mean, we have one here that's quite good. However, it's just full of tile blockers that we have no way to clear and no guarantee we're going to have a way to clear them anytime soon. Have a nice little planet here with lots of space for food. However, again, some tile blockers we're just not working with. And 17 is not bad, but it's so close to our homeworld, we won't really gain much territory from it. We would literally just be colonizing it for the sake of having another planet. And with our limited number of planets, currently, that may not be worth it. I'd love to see what our science ships find down here. But we do also have this one, a size 16 world, which we've not surveyed, so I can't tell on the surface how tile blocker heavy it is. But we do have that as a possibility. A size 16 isn't large by any means, but it's not small either. Just kind of right in the middle. I'd love to see what's over here first, though. And then we'll potentially expand more this way or expand this way. And next time, our first order of business, now that we have a buffer of energy, is going to be to rebuild some of our facilities. Which, let's go ahead and get these going here. Build a mining, build a research station, because why not? There we go. Get that queued. And take out these pirates. Figure out where the pirates are and kill them. It'll be a good way to cut our teeth for the military, and then we'll start to turn our eyes towards the Levin scientific technocracy, declare them as a rival, and hopefully take them out before they can expand too much. If we can eliminate them quickly, before they can really get going, we can quickly get another species into our empire and subjugate them into having even more slaves. And honestly, they're smart. I would definitely have them in the normal caste system and let them become scientists, because they're smart. But I am John Cross, and I am the architect, and thank you for joining me. I will catch you all later.